Do you want to hold our breath first?
No, I don't usually do that for this.
Oh, okay. So just screw it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello everyone and welcome to the podcast episode...
I think it's 12 or
12?
something. Yeah.
Can't see you.
Oh. Okay. So we were about to record, but then fucking Microsoft, I've said no.
Surprise update to Windows 10!
Great. Fucking awesome. I'm sure everything's going to still work, right?
We're looking at it. It's at 14% right now, and it started...
like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. So... trying not to...
freak out
about it.
Yeah, so it's only, our income. So, whatever. Thanks a lot, Windows.
Yep.
Fucking Microsoft. I've said no every single time. Every single time. We're about to get some work done. Computer shuts off.
Yeah, computer just, shuts off and decides it's gonna do it. I'm pretty sure I don't know. I feel like I saw, something about it. I wonder if this will affect our work computers.
No, yeah, I was reading some things about how, dentist's office and, businesses were calling in tech support,
being like, what the fuck?
what happened, and, all this other shit.
And it's just surprise, you're upgrading.
Here, let me open this Reddit thread. Let's see. All these people.
These people are like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
All these people are like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah.
The AI does not hate you, nor does it love you.
But you are made out of atoms which it can use for something else. What?
Well, so it's been a long time since we did a podcast. I had a bunch of notes for this, but they're on my other computer because I didn't think we were going to record one today. So, whatever. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff happening in the world.
Let's not talk about any of the sad stuff. I'm sure everyone already knows.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about that either. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's also happening to business PCs. So, entire IT things will be like, what?
Yeah. Ooh. It should be interesting. Oh my god.
It's fine. You know what? If we can't record anything, we have enough to make it to next week. And it'll be okay.
So, I'm trying to think of things that I've done since we last recorded a podcast. One, watched the movie Sunshine. I don't know if I had talked about that yet on a podcast.
No. I was surprised that Stacy had not watched the movie because it's Stacy the movie.
It's like Stacy wants to watch a movie, the movie.
Yeah, everything Stacy likes about movies. And I was like, you haven't seen Dune? Things you have to see. Dune and Constantine.
Yes.
Those two movies are right up your alley.
Yeah. But if you guys haven't seen Sunshine, it's great. It's if you like Event Horizon or movies like that.
I think it's better than Event Horizon.
But I'm just saying, if that's, horror in space, yeah. Shit goes down in space.
Things are happening.
Things are happening. Space. Yeah. Also watched The Conjuring 2 over the weekend, which was okay. I could take it or leave it. There were parts of it that was, you guys know how jumpy I am during horror movies, and I was there were parts of it where I was just very frustrated because I was like, oh my god, are we going to have another, person slow walking and then pan to their very nervous face? I get really frustrated with that because it's
I think it's a movie for people who don't really like horror movies. It's Goosebumps or Supernatural of movies,
Yeah.
It's not actually scary, it's just
I'm not saying that it has to be scary. I'm saying that the cliches were driving me crazy.
Oh, it was beyond not scary, it was just bad?
No, I'm saying that there were lines of dialogue that I could finish. There were scenes that I knew exactly how they were going to play out, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you've watched horror movies, then there are parts of this movie that you know exactly what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's hard to describe because I don't want to ruin it for people that want to go see it. It's not a bad movie. I'm I'm sure that people can enjoy it. I didn't have a bad time, you know.
Oh, so was it campy or was it like?
No, it wasn't campy. But it was just, you know, it was take it or leave it.
Yeah, okay.
If I had never seen it, I wouldn't feel sad about it, but I also wasn't angry that I had to watch it. You know what I mean? You know where you watch a movie and it's just like...
You want your money back?
Yeah, where you're like, oh my god, I need that 2 hours of my life back. It wasn't quite that bad.
The only movie I ever walked out of was Wolfman. Like, we walked out of it really quickly.
You were just like, fuck this.
Well, also, there was, like, these two ladies behind us having a full-on conversation.
Oh my god.
Just a conversation during the movie.
Oh, they were let's playing the movie?
Yeah, but they weren't even talking about the movie. They were just talking to each other in the movie theater.
Oh my god.
And I was like, what?
Go home! Rent it.
Rent it, yeah.
What else is new? Oh, and I've read a bunch of books since we did a podcast. One,
I haven't read any books.
So I don't think I have yet recommended Tipping the Velvet on the podcast. We briefly talked about it on a video, but that is the Victorian era lesbians book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say too much else about it because, you know, it takes some turns, and so if I were to describe like some of the really cool things about it, then I would be like majorly giving away like big plot points. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Things that you like couldn't really picture happening from the beginning of the book. The one small spoiler I will say, so skip ahead like 30 seconds if you don't want it, but I feel like it's important to spoil it. She doesn't get raped.
Okay.
So that is not there are parts where I was like, oh my god, is that what's about to happen? And it doesn't.
Okay,
so,
perfect.
Yep. And I also read the book Hounded, which is part of the Iron Druid Chronicles.
Iron Druid?
Yes.
That sounds cool.
It's about a guy who is a druid. He's like a couple thousand years old. It's like another modern fantasy book. But it's kind of cool because I feel like I read a lot of like female-led fantasy books, just because that's like what I tend to look for.
And everyone falls in love with her.
Yeah, but this one's kind of nice because it's from a guy's perspective. He has a really cool magical dog that he can like talk to in his mind. And just about like kind of the adventures that he goes on, because there's all sorts of like magical creatures, like all the gods and goddesses are real and like all of that stuff. So that was pretty cool. I've started reading the second book already.
Which Greek goddess would you fuck? I would fuck Athena. I feel like she would sit on my face.
I'm not really familiar with that many.
Let me just look them up real quick. Greek Pantheon. Athena is the goddess of war, so I feel like, you know, that's...
Yeah. I feel like there was another book that I read.
Membership. Okay, major Olympians. Zeus, Hera. I remember seeing a picture of Hera when I was, like, I think in 6th grade, and for some reason that picture of her I was, like, in love with.
Mm-hmm.
And I would keep staring at it in class because we were supposed to write, like, papers and shit. I would stare at it.
Yeah.
It was just, like, this painting of Hera, and I was like, this is the most beautiful woman
in
the whole world.
Before we get too sidetracked, if you guys wanted to check out those books, they're both on Audible, and our Audible link is audibletrial.com/geekremix. You can also find all of my other books that I've recommended at goodreads.com/geekremixalot. And that's where you can find everything. So.
Alright, so there's Zeus, who's king of the gods and has lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Hera, queen of the gods, she's the goddess of marriage and family and stuff and birth.
Yeah.
Poseidon, oh yeah, Hades. Hades is a good one.
Yeah.
But Poseidon, god of the seas. Demeter, goddess of fertility. Athena, goddess of wisdom, reason, intelligence, intelligent activity, literature, handcrafts and science, defense and strategic warfare, symbols of owl, blah blah blah. Apollo, god of light, he's like the sun. Artemis, goddess of the hunt, virginity, archery, the moon, and all animals. Ares, god of war, violence, and bloodshed.
I feel like there's a lot of these here.
It's only 12. It's only 12.
Oh, there's only 12. Okay.
Aphrodite, love. Hephaestus, master of blacksmith.
Hephaestus?
I think he's Aphrodite's husband. Yeah, he is. Hermes, messenger of the gods. Hestia, goddess of the hearth.
Mm-hmm.
And Dionysus, god of wine.
Oh, yeah. Dionysus is the one that's like, he fucks everybody.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I would fuck Hades. You know that Hades is the only god that doesn't rape anyone?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everyone always acts like Hades is such a douchebag, but he's the only one who doesn't rape anyone in the in all of the mythos.
I mean, to be honest, they're all kind of assholes.
Oh, well, he kidnaps his wife.
Yeah.
And causes what we now know as winter.
Yeah.
He kidnaps his wife and then, like, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah. Yeah, how's this going? We're still looking at 39% on that Windows update.
Great. 40. That's awesome.
Yay. Okay.
I thought we could have a cool discussion about Greek gods, but Stacy's not into it.
No.
On who you would fuck.
No, I don't know. It's all. I feel like that's like a weird thing to talk about.
Is that a weird thing?
Yeah.
If we weren't on a podcast, would you talk about it with me?
Well, but it's like, I just think of it kind of like if we were talking about like Buddhist, or not Buddhist, like, gods from another religion, that'd be kind of disrespectful.
Nobody worships these people anymore.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, I would fuck Hades, Hera, Athena, Aphrodite, because she's goddess of love.
Yeah.
She's gonna know what's up.
I mean, they're gods. They probably all know what's up. They've probably all fucked a ton of people.
That's true. You know what?
I mean, like, think about it. They're immortal beings.
They come down, turn into birds.
Who can literally do whatever they want and all try to kill each other and fuck anybody.
Which of the 12 apostles would you fuck?
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh
it's a joke.
God. I wouldn't even know who they
I would fuck Judas. He's a bad boy. Judas is the one who betrayed Jesus.
Yeah, well, I know that because of Lady Gaga.
Oh, I know, the Lady Gaga music video.
Yeah.
Judas, Judas.
That's like pretty much
Still in love with Judas, baby.
Oh my God. Mari's been on a really weird sex kick today. Like, all you've wanted to talk about is fucking people and, like, sexual fetishes. That's all you've wanted to talk about. You just keep bringing it back.
I want to talk about weird sex stuff. Let's see. What? I'm trying to find news. Tech news.
Tech news?
Technology. We're not prepared, so we're just freeballing it.
Yeah.
Average Netflix subscriber watches 48% more content per day than the average Hulu subscriber. Well, that's because Netflix has more.
I don't know. I think it's just because there's, like, no commercials. It's, like, I don't know. Maybe it's
I got the commercial-free version of Hulu.
I do, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels great.
Because I was sitting there, like, oh, my gosh, this just makes, like, a 20-minute episode of something so... Long, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We're the worst.
I know. Sorry, guys. We're just trying to make our time efficient because we only get to see each other once a week. So we're like, oh God, what do we do?
Mass Effect Andromeda promises more freedom than any BioWare game ever.
You know what? I've been burned too many times. I can't.
Well, they used the word promise, so clearly that means they'll do it, Mari.
I can't. I've been burned too many times by BioWare. It's like, you have that ex that you can't stay away from.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's BioWare.
Like without them, you're like really great, and then they come in and you just like.
Oh my God!
Can't stop
Did you ever
yourself.
watch Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
It's like Tammy, Ron's ex Tammy.
Yes.
How she just
exactly. She just shows up.
She's like, "Hey, Ron," and then he immediately is like
loses
everything, and they're like, "Ron, oh my God, what's happening?" And he's like, "Fuck all you guys."
Exactly.
And she's like, "I'm Tammy."
No, I'm serious.
That's like the perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. No, for real, definitely.
Oh, Maria's getting the HTC Vive, and so
Yeah.
we're looking forward to playing that. So we've been watching a bunch of videos showing what it's gonna look like.
Yeah, we want it so bad.
Oh, the guy that plays Jon Snow on Game of Thrones is gonna be in. He's the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare villain.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What Game of Thrones guy?
The guy who plays Jon Snow.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Jon Snow does not have a bad guy
villain.
face.
A bad guy face?
Yeah. If I saw him, I'd be like, oh, that guy seems nice.
He looks nice.
Uh-oh, as soon as he turns evil, we're going to be like, whoa.
Oh.
Jon Snow.
I know. Well, that's like what always happens. As soon as the person turns evil, you know?
Oh, you know what? I was watching, regular show, and they introduced this character, and they were like completely plain and whatever, but for some reason I was like super into them.
They turn out to be the villain.
They turn out to be a bad guy. They turn out to be a Russian spy. Oh my God. And he was completely innocuous. Nothing was like giving nothing away, but as soon as he introduced him, I was like, why am I into this weird goat dude?
That's like how I felt about the Cylons in Battlestar Galactica. I was like, this guy like isn't really very attractive, but like I'm drawn to him somehow. And then they were like, he's a Cylon, and I was like, oh no,
something about it. Like this guy literally just some guy like, hey mom, just here on my summer vacation. I was just staring. I'm like, this goat dude. I want to fuck him.
Wait, goat dude? He's a goat.
Well, no, it's regular show where everybody is anthropomorphic animals.
Regular show? Is that a cartoon?
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Oh, of course it is.
Shut up. It's okay. It's okay to want to fuck cartoons.
I know, you brought it back to sex again.
Well,
it's got it on the brain today, clearly.
You're blaming me, but you're talking about how you wanted to fuck a Cylon, so...
I'm trying to hang with you here. I'm doing my best to keep up.
Wait. X-Hamster enacts Brock Turner rule banning rape porn site-wide. Oh, that's interesting. Let me read the article.
Banning rape porn.
Yeah, you know, rape fantasy porn.
Yeah.
It's drawn after many feel a 6 month sentence for rape, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, this is the Stanford kid. You heard about this, right?
Yeah, I don't want to get too much into it. So, just in case, trigger warning, skip ahead like 5 minutes while we talk about this.
You have to tell them what it's about.
Okay, so Brock Turner was raping this girl on like someone's front lawn, and then
behind a dumpster,
and like a passerby had to stop him.
She was unconscious.
And
not just like inebriated. She was unconscious.
Unconscious behind a dumpster, and this passerby had to stop him from doing it because it was like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
And then he got a really light sentence, and his dad like wrote this crazy letter about how he only got quote unquote 20 minutes of action, which was like so weird.
Oh my God. His
creepy.
mom also wrote a letter basically being like, not even mentioning that he like did anything, but just being like, oh my God, I hate getting drawn into this shit.
Okay, so anyway, I feel like X-Hamster is making a interesting choice. They say, if they look up rape or any rape-like scenes, it goes, if you're searching this category, probably it's time you consulted with a professional psychologist. www.7cupsoftea.com, a source for online therapy. In an interview with the Huffington Post, X-Hamster spokesperson Alex Hawkins revealed the company was shocked and appalled by the miscarriage of justice that transpired in the Brock Turner trial. As such, X-Hamster felt they needed to do something. Our size and influence in the online adult world has proven to be a force of change, and we want to use it not only for the advancement of transgender rights, but to end rape culture for good. I will now be masturbating on X-Hamster from now on.
Yeah, they've done a bunch of other stuff that's been, like, very progressive.
That's really nice. I will be masturbating on X-Hamster exclusively.
Sony has officially confirmed the PlayStation Neo.
And,
I mean...
is it like a PS2 Slim kind of thing?
From everything we've heard, it's kind of like a 4.5. It's like... They say it's an upgrade, but I don't know if that means it's like a new console. Like, do you have to buy a new console, or is it... I don't know. So I guess we'll see.
It's gonna be a little weird.
Yeah, it's basically, but the upgrade in graphics is supposed to be able to handle like 4K televisions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, because television technology has kind of like been leaping forward, and the games, you know, the consoles have to keep up with it. Oh my gosh, have you tried to play Pokemon Go?
No, is it out?
Yes.
Oh,
actually,
fuck!
I know that people have been playing it.
Wait, can you go back up and see? Let me look it up. Pokemon Go.
So Pokemon Go, for those who are not aware, you probably are, but it's basically an app for your phone that makes it so that you are like walking around and playing, like you see Pokemon like in the wild. Like it's an immersive thing where like you're holding your camera up, and so it'll show like the grass in front of you, but there'll be a Pokemon on it.
Fuck! I need it!
Yeah. So like it's like Pokemon in real life. So
I can't wait to see how many people die from running off into the street.
I was just gonna say, so I can't wait to see how many people end up getting like hit by cars because of this. Or like,
okay, the beta is out, but not the full thing.
Okay.
So we gotta use our fucking influence. Hey, anyone at Nintendo want to give us?
No.
We just talked about some pretty sick shit. Do you want to give us access to Pokemon?
Yeah, we're totally kid friendly. Honestly, I don't know that there's anything that they could give me that would make me like want to be kid friendly. Just because I would.
You can't stop yourself.
I can't stop myself. I'd be so bad at it, you know. The Warcraft movie is out. I've heard several things about how it might be the movie kind of like follows several different characters, and it might be confusing for people who are not like very familiar with the lore and whatnot.
Business Insider. Hackers are using this nasty text message trick to break into people's accounts. Fuck! Two-factor authentication is a godsend for securing your accounts. It's blah, 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 blah. Okay, here's how it works. The attacker sends the target a text message pretending to be the very company that the target has the account with. They say they have detected suspicious activity to the account, and so are sending the 2FA code to the target, which they should then text back to them to avoid having their account locked.
No.
The victim, worried they're being hacked and not wanting to lose access to their data, sends the code back, believing they have thwarted the attempted hack. But in doing so, they actually give the hacker the one thing they need to break into the account. The hacker enters the victim's password, followed by the ill-forgotten 2FA code, and they're in. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's like...
You would have to have their phone number, too. But anyway, if someone sends you a text like that, now you know.
Yep. Yeah. They've also been having issues with, like, ransomware.
What's ransomware?
Ransomware is where hackers lock all of... So this actually just happened to a hospital. Hackers locked all of the hospital's data files so that they could not be accessed at all.
That's a jerk move.
And basically said, if you want to access it, pay us this money.
Jerks.
Otherwise, you're stuck. And it's a hospital. What are they going to do?
Why would they do that?
They have to... Because they know that they have to pay it.
Oh, my fucking God.
Yeah, and so it's actually started to become a lot more common.
All right, so let's see this
This fucking thing.
Oh my God. What is this going to look like, Stacey? I don't know what Windows 10 looks like. Okay, Windows 10 update just...
You're here, live, as Mari and Stacey discover Windows 10.
Are you ready?
Here with you live, ladies and gentlemen.
Windows 10 experience. Hi, I'm Cortana.
Oh,
Fuck off.
No.
I don't want to... How do I not use this? Not now. I heard that you don't want to use Cortana because she's, like, all up in your nuts.
Well, we can't use it anyway. We talk the whole time. She would just be like, "Excuse me, what did you want?"
Fuck off, Cortana!
We already have that issue with Mari's phone, where we'll be recording a Let's Play, and all of a sudden Mari's phone will be like, "I recorded everything you said. Here it is."
What the fuck is this?
Oh my God.
How am I gonna... What is going on? What is this? I just want to play games. I hate this. And now the screen's blank.
Dun, dun, all by myself.
I hate this. This is the worst.
Don't wanna be.
Garbage.
You're gonna be like reenacting that Bridget Jones, that scene from the beginning of Bridget Jones, where she's just like singing to herself and crying on the floor.
The fuck is this? Why is it turned off?
Oh, another thing that I mentioned to you the other day, Japan is getting a virtual reality zombie shooting warehouse. So,
Stacey, the computer just turned off.
I know.
Is it off?
No, the computer's not off.
Oh, it's just the screen's blank.
Mari's freaking out. Okay, so normally with virtual reality, like the HTC Vive, you're just kind of walking around. But this place in Japan is getting, like, an entire warehouse. So you can literally just, like, run around in virtual reality.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
With the HTC, eventually what you're going to be able to do is get more of those light stations. You saw those? Mm-hmm. You can get more so they can cover, like, an entire room or whatever you want. So what you were talking about before with, like, running around, that's doable with the system that we got.
But you have to have the space in your house to do it?
No, but we can, like, rent a space. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. All your files are exactly where you left them. Right.
I don't fucking believe you.
I love how it puts that out there. It's like, I promised I didn't steal anything.
I didn't fuck anything up, and we go on. Okay, so where the fuck are they? And it's frozen.
It's not frozen.
Yeah, it is. Look.
No, it's not. It's the... Okay.
See? Mouse is moving.
Just calm down. See the colors going in and out. It's doing something. All right?
They should be saying all your files exactly where you left them, and we're doing something.
You guys are seeing what I have to deal with.
My intense anxiety? Yeah. Do you know what it feels like to lose files? It's like losing a part of your body.
Yeah, I do know what it's like, actually.
It does. It feels terrible. Like that one time where all our audio files were broken and I was like having a panic attack and cried. And everyone was like, where are all the videos? And I don't know, leave me alone.
Whoa, wow.
We got some new features to get excited about. Fuck you. I hate you.
Oh my god.
This is the worst. Okay. Let's see.
But yeah, so it would kind of be like almost like laser tag arenas, but in virtual reality.
Yeah.
You know? Doesn't that sound really cool? That's when we first had that conversation about virtual reality, that's what I was talking about.
Are you ready for virtual reality to be like the movie Existence?
I think we're a long way off from that.
Nope. I'm ready for us to be like, is this real? I don't know. I'm a biohacker.
Yeah.
And then for our head thingies to be made out of, like, boobs or whatever those were.
You know what? The virtual reality thing, like, cool, but what I really want is self-driving cars.
Yeah, so you can just get in your car and go to sleep.
Like, if you said, like, Stacey, if you could only pick, like, one nascent technology, what would it be? Self-driving cars.
Yeah, because if you get in a car traffic, you know how in traffic I usually freak out and lose my mind?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I have. It turns out it's because
then I'm sitting there going, like, Mari, don't go over there.
Well, I freak out because if I start feeling trapped, I, like, start to panic.
Mm-hmm. And
so, if I got in traffic, I just turn on the thing and go, boop, 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 watch a movie.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool because then you could do work. You know, you could, like, actually get things done. It'd be nice.
Or not get things done.
Yeah. What?
You know, just lay there.
What?
Stacey doesn't know how to relax.
I don't know.
It's hard for me to relax, too. One time I was like, I'm going to relax today, and then I cleaned the whole house.
I know. Well, yeah, that's what happened to me last weekend. I was like, oh, I have the whole weekend to myself to relax. And then we spent all day recording one day, and then the next day I ended up planning, this looks
exactly the same.
Similar. But I ended up planning a bunch of errands that had me out of the house for, like, the whole day.
Oh my god. Everything looks...
Don't touch anything.
I was afraid it was going to look like Windows 8.
Where it's all those, like, weirdo tiles?
Yeah, I was afraid that's what it was going to look like, and I was going to have no idea what was going on.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh, okay, this isn't so bad, but I'm still mad they did it without asking.
Twitter says that 65% of users are gamers and spend a lot on games and love trailers.
Okay.
It doesn't surprise me that 65% of people on Twitter would be gamers.
That's a lot of people, though.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to imagine that they're not just doing, like, hardcore PC gamers. They're talking about just, like, any gamers,
Who spend a lot.
Yeah.
You have 2 new items in your... Oh.
But it's like, that's very, they spend a lot on games. What does that mean?
How much is a lot?
Do
you kill people? Did you send your first child for a game? Oh, yeah, I told you about my nightmare, right? Should I talk about my nightmare on the podcast?
You know what, honestly, I'm sure if you want.
But it was very weird.
No, I just usually, I don't know.
You don't like listening to other people's dreams?
Yeah, because it's kind of like you never feel like, you're like, oh, okay.
So this morning you're like, what?
No, it's okay to hear it once, but I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, okay. I had a nightmare, but it was every single fear I have.
Yeah.
It was like going to school, didn't know how to do calculus. I was like, Dad, can I just be homeschooled? I hate going to school. And then I was pregnant with 6 babies. And then after that, I had to take a pregnancy test to see if I was pregnant again. But the pregnancy test readout was like a computer screen of data, and I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand what was going on. And then I went into the grocery store, and then this creepy man wanted to hurt me. And then I was chased by, like, monsters. It was terrible. That was my dream. And I woke up, like, so scared that my hands were, like, numb.
Yeah. There's going to be, you've heard about the game Agents of Mayhem, which is going to be in the Saints Row, like, shared universe. Blah, blah, blah. Horizon Zero Dawn is delayed from 2016 to February 2017.
They do that a lot.
What?
They do that a lot.
Delay games?
Whenever they delay it from whenever they delay
Q4, it's always to February?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Q4 is quarter 4, that's just the end of the year.
We're not prepared for this.
And then there's a bunch of, like, E3 stuff that I'm sure is happening right now that we're missing because we're recording today. I don't know. I mean,
everything's fine. Everything's okay.
So, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Internet to take over TV advertising in 5 years.
To overtake? I know
to take over.
I think it's overtake. That's what they mean.
You should send them an email.
Yeah, because take over is not that means you would be like TV advertising would be over.
I think you should send them a strongly.
I'm going to send them a strongly worded letter and be like, "Excuse me."
Don't email it to them. Send them a physical letter. From a typewriter.
Oh my god.
Typewriter.
Yeah. I get really mad when I read, like, articles in the newspaper that have typos in them. It makes me so angry because I'm like, okay.
Ooh, FCC offers hope for consumers seeking online privacy protection. FCC is considering new rules that would restrict how broadband services providers, companies like Comcast, AT&T, and Verizon can use the data they collect on our internet habits. That's nice.
Yeah, it depends. I feel like the FCC and, like, the government and stuff are just so, like, oh no, we need to figure out what all this stuff is and what to do.
Meanwhile, they're still stockpiling all our nudes.
What?
They're stockpiling all our nudes.
Yeah, maybe.
No, probably they are.
But like, to what end?
No, because you know how, like, when everything that goes overseas gets collected, right?
Yes.
So, including in that is
I see
nudes.
you watched the Edward Snowden documentary also.
But there's also that there was a leak that said that NSA people, like, they'll go in there and they'll take the nudes and trade it with each other and laugh.
Yeah.
So, they have your nudes and they've seen your dick.
Yeah.
And they laughed at it. Now, how do you feel about the government now, sheeple?
What?
It was a joke.
You're talking about two completely different You're talking about two different entities.
What I'm trying to say is the government is looking at your dick.
I'm talking
right
about
now.
Like, the legislative body, and you're talking about like the NSA.
I'm talking about senators checking on your dick, peeping on your peep.
Okay.
Staring straight at your titties, looking at your labes.
Yeah, I mean,
Diddling ding dongs. Your senator is looking at your nudes right now. Fact.
I'm gonna try and find more actual news.
Fact. The United States government wants to steal your nudes. Fact. If you take a picture of your naked body, it is now the property of the United States government. Fact. Fact.
Yes.
They're microchipping babies. Fact.
Why don't you give us a couple more? These are fun.
Fluoride is a mind control agent. Fact. Chemtrails are real. Fact. They're putting chemicals in the air to control our brains. I'm awoken. What's that thing they call their... I'm awake.
What?
Like, people who believe in chemtrails are like, yeah, I'm awake.
What's a chemtrail?
Oh.
I don't really want to know. I'm just letting you know that I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't
I'm
care.
going to tell you what a chemtrail is. Chemtrails are... You ever see those, like, when planes fly overhead and there's, like, a condensation cloud behind it?
Yeah.
People think that those are chemicals being sprayed out of airplanes.
Oh, okay.
So it's a fact.
Yeah.
Fact, chemtrails are real. Beyonce's in the Illuminati. Fact. Have you guys ever watched those documentaries about how Beyonce's in the Illuminati?
This is why I have notes for the podcast, because otherwise we end up with an hour of this.
And, okay, so, I don't know if you guys ever watched these, but if you look up Beyonce Illuminati, there's like a million, like, hour-long documentaries about how Beyonce is in the Illuminati, and it's incredible. It's so awesome. And they're like, yeah, her Sasha Fierce alter ego is actually a demon that possesses her while she's performing. And I'm like, oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. I believe it. It's true. It's a fact. And like that pyramid sign they always give up, it's because they're in the Illuminati.
Mm-hmm.
And also they worship the devil. Not because the devil's cool, but because the devil's real.
Oh, and they're also talking about it, the Xbox One Slim.
Okay.
Yup. I don't know, yeah. I don't know if there's really much else going on if we don't want to talk about stuff that's E3, you know?
The Gawker files for bankruptcy. What?
Oh, yeah, because Hulk Hogan sued them out of existence. Because they...
He sued them more than they have? That's crazy.
Well, they sued them for $140 million. I think.
Wow.
Something about his sex tape.
Oh, yeah, they released his sex tape against as well.
Something like that.
Well, you know, that's kind of interesting.
It is?
Yeah, because other celebrities have had their sex tapes leaked and they never really got quote-unquote justice.
You know, I'm confused about it because I saw somebody complaining about how, like, oh, look, celebrities can, like, sue a company out of existence. And then I was like, but they released his sex tape, which is his, without his permission. It's not like they're reporting on something, you know...
What do you mean? I'm supportive of him getting justice.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like, for somebody else who is saying that, like, oh, this is bad, that, like, a celebrity can sue a company out of business.
Well, yeah, no. A company still needs to follow a code of ethics and follow the law, you know? If you're gonna...
There's gonna be a Star Trek virtual reality game.
All right, Stacy's in.
Ah!
She's in.
It's called Bridge Crew, and it's coming this fall.
Okay, Stacy.
I'm in.
Stacy was on the edge before.
This is all I ever wanted.
All I had to say was Star Trek, and she jumped. She jumped.
Jumped in, both feet.
No, not even feet. Just swan dived in.
Swan dive.
Belly flop.
Just like face plant right into it.
Give it to me. I'm in.
Give it to me.
You never get out of it.
No.
Brandon comes home. Can you take off? No, you're Riker now. When you
Goodbye.
look at him, he's programmed to be Riker.
It will be for all VR headsets.
Would you, if they could program it so you could wear the goggles and then Brandon would be Commander Riker, would you do it?
No. That's your Steve, not mine.
Oh no, Troy. If Brandon...
That doesn't work.
It could work.
No, it doesn't. Also, that's your Steve's, not mine, that you want to fuck people in virtual reality.
Oh, I thought you meant just Riker. I was like, I thought Riker was your
No, Riker is your Steve's, but you're also the one that's like, I want to fuck people in virtual reality. I was like, no, I don't even like watching porn. It's not my thing. Like, it's not.
You
it's not
read
for
Literotica?
Me. What?
Do you read Literotica?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll listen to an erotic novel or I'll look at pictures of naked people, but I do not watch porn.
What if people could procedurally generate the type of porn you want to watch that you read?
There isn't a type that I want.
Oh, you just don't want to see it. You want to imagine it.
Yeah, like the only times where I've ever like seen things that has been like kind of what I want is it's usually like small sections of like movies or shows. But the moment it gets too graphic, it's not for me. You know? That's just
you want to imagine it.
Not my thing.
You want the magic. Yeah.
I don't know. And it always makes me feel like a weirdo. Not like a weirdo, but
like a weirdo in a bad way, not in a good way.
Yeah,
there's the good weirdo feeling.
It makes me feel like a creep, and like that's like my own thing, you know. That has nothing to do with, like...
Sometimes I like feeling like a creep. Sometimes I like feeling like the most disgusting person on the planet.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's like the same way that I feel when I watch some anime and they have, like...
Oh, God, why do they do that?
They have, like, upskirts of, like, teenage girls, and I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah, because they'll have, like, a super cool anime, and you're like, wow, this is cool, and then they're like, she's dying, also, here's a pic of her vag, and you're like, what?
Yeah, and, you know, people always give me recommendations for anime, and, you know, it'll be, like, a lot of great things in it, and then...
A creepy,
weird thing that they just, like, throw in there, and I'll just be like, well, now I can't enjoy this anymore.
You know what? I think you would like Kill la Kill because it goes over the top so much.
Kill la Kill's too goofy.
Oh,
I've tried to watch it.
Oh, okay.
I tried to watch it and I like hated it within 10 minutes.
Have you watched One Punch Man?
No, I have not.
You would really like One Punch Man. One episode in, I was already looking up yaoi of it.
Oh, cool.
And so far, from what I've seen, all the female outfits aren't, like, weird.
Oh, and I also, like, so, for me, it's, like, it's okay if the two characters, like, so, I know
it's okay for characters to be sexual.
To be sexual, because there's a difference between a character being like, yes, I'm gonna, like, flaunt my sexuality because I'm in charge of it, and that's
like,
what I want.
Bayonetta, good.
Yeah, Bayonetta's good because Bayonetta is... Like doesn't give a fuck, and you know that she is doing what she wants to do.
Or like Faye from Cowboy Bebop and stuff. Like,
yeah.
If they are consciously being a part of it.
Yeah.
When they don't know that they're a part... Like, if they're dying and I'm looking up their skirt, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But if two characters are having sex, cool.
Yeah.
If a character's masturbating, cool.
Totally fine.
But if they're like... If we're just seeing up their skirt as they're like... saying, no, don't look at me. That's weird.
Yeah, and I feel like that's, like, maybe why I have, like, strong reactions to some porn is because some of it is, like, even lesbian porn will be from, like, such a male perspective that it, like, it feels like, I don't know, it just, like, it doesn't feel right, you know? Like, I look at it and I'm like, this is not created with me in mind.
What if you were able to, like, direct your own porn? Do you think that women would like it?
If I was able to direct my own porn?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know what to do to direct it.
You too. Have sex.
What? Yeah, I'd be like, I do whatever you want. I don't know. But I feel like sex can be so personal. That's why it can be hard to like see exactly what you want to see in porn. Like some people will they like just to see sex, and whatever it is, that's fine.
Just genitals flapping around.
Yeah, like whatever it is, like their game, you know? And I feel like some other people are a little more, I don't know. Particular, that's a good word. I was trying to find a word that didn't make it seem like one was better than the other.
No, Literotica is much more specific about what it's saying.
Yeah.
And you can't mess it up because it's in your head.
Yeah, because it's in your head, you know, like, you make the characters look exactly how you want them to, and if the characters are doing anything, then you don't feel like you're,
One time I was reading a really good fan fiction, and then it's using the word boobies, and I was like...
and you're just taken out of it.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa, this is so good. And then he touched her boobies. And I was like, nope, I'm out. Lates.
My God.
Boobies.
Boobies.
Not like breasts or like supple, whatever.
Her supple flesh.
Yeah, no, boobies. And I was like, lates.
Honestly, I know that even if I wrote a Literotica, it probably wouldn't be very good, but I feel like I know all the words too now because I've listened to enough of them that I could totally be like supple flesh, her like caress her mound.
Yeah,
you know
her mound. No, don't ever call it a hole.
No.
Well, I don't know why guys do that.
Hole.
I'm gonna touch your hole. Like, what? Don't say that.
Like, there's some things that just sound so, crass. And it's weird because we are pretty crass, but it's like...
No, I need to have fucking English professor tell me what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You gotta feel classy and shit.
Yeah,
while
like,
you're rubbing it, you know?
While you're rubbing it. You gotta feel real fancy, you know?
You gotta feel real fancy while you're rubbing it, you know? Welcome to the Geek Remix podcast. We are your solution for nothing.
So weird. Okay, that's the end of the podcast.
No, wait, hold on. One other thing.
I gotta pee.
Alright, we're at 47 minutes.
Okay, let me go pee and I'll come back.
Okay.
You keep talking. I'll shout from the bathroom.
I'll tell them about the show that I just started watching.
Okay.
Alright. A lot of people recommended this to me, so I started watching Mr. Robot last night. I am not very far into it, but it so far seems like something I'd be really interested in. I like that the character is, pretty different and questions a lot of the things that he's thinking. Like, is this real? Is this not? Because I kind of personally relate to that on a big level. I know that when I was first starting out on my, mental health journey, shit got pretty weird for a while. And so, it's always interesting to me to see that, played out in, a show or in a movie. Because I'm like, oh, I really relate to this, questioning reality and stuff like that. Hey.
So what happened?
So I was telling them about Mr. Robot and how I like that the character questions reality.
Uh-oh.
No, because it, reminds me of, when I was first, getting on medication and everything.
What do you want? Oh, you want AJ? AJ, come
on. AJ, God, come on. But, yeah. I'm interested to see more of it. I'm still pretty early in.
Anything else cool happening?
HBO is going to adapt Marvel's Scarlet.
What's Scarlet? Like Scarlet Witch?
I'm not sure. It is A Tale of Pure Anarchy.
Oh, that's a different one.
I don't know. Oh, Scarlet Rue, an idealist, blah, 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 blah. She's fed up with the American government. The main character often breaks the fourth wall to address the reader directly, much like Deadpool.
This seems like your shit, Stacey.
It does seem like my shit.
I really liked, what's it called? Jessica?
Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
They were saying that it's like much, that they're. Oh, he's the guy that is behind Jessica Jones.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like, the action in Jessica Jones wasn't very good, but the writing was.
Yeah.
Which is not something you can often say for a superhero show.
Yes.
Usually the action is, like, what makes it good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 32 million Twitter passwords may have been hacked and enough
They're
for sale on the dark web.
They're mostly from Russia.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you're like that's like a week ago.
I'm
Mari.
so out of the fucking thing. 3 days ago, but, you know, fuck me.
No, but I was like...
It was a joke.
I heard about this at work. Because I was like, oh no, oh. It also wasn't a hack from Twitter. It was, they installed malicious code onto browsers and lifted the passwords from there.
Let's see.
Did you hear me? I was giving you more information.
They lifted passwords from there.
Yeah.
Bitcoiners who use Tor, be warned. No, this is marked as misleading. Do you think Wi-Fi signals can, like, is harming us or no?
I have no idea. Don't even know enough to have an informed opinion or a guess.
It's too late. I don't want to give up Wi-Fi for anything. Kill me.
I mean, I feel like people ask, like, a lot of questions about stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't know. If I don't have, like, a lot of knowledge about something, I don't even like to give my opinion on it because...
What if AJ's a cyber dog and all this time he's just been picking up on Wi-Fi and the reason why he's so dumb is because he's surfing the internet behind his eyes and that's why?
Pretty sure that's not
I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It looks like he's surfing the web right now. AJ, what are you looking at? Puppy porn?
Oh my gosh. Alright. Oh, Walking Dead is coming back for a 3rd season in the fall.
Great.
Yay. Probably won't play it. I'm sure there's a bunch of other E3 stuff going on. We're at 52 minutes.
I still can't believe that Microsoft was like, I'm gonna redo your computer now, sucker. What?
Yeah. I know. So, oh shit. I feel like we should, this is the part where we can answer questions.
Why do they want us all to go to Windows 10 so badly?
Mostly because they don't want to keep offering support for older systems, because then they have to either offer like fixes or, you know, virus stuff like that.
So they just wanted to get rid of it all one fell swoop.
Yeah, like if there's vulnerabilities in older systems, then they want to move everybody to a new system.
What if it's like a government conspiracy to indoctrinate the public?
Man, you were really on a roll with these today, huh?
Well, these are the things that I think about. And I'm just saying them out loud today.
Oh my god.
Welcome to Geek Remix. Mari's finally telling all the crazy things she thinks about all the time, constantly. Like, this morning when Stacy wouldn't pick up her phone, I thought she was been kidnapped.
Yeah.
Or she's dead, and I had plans for both. Oh, you're getting questions?
Well, I'm looking to see if there are any that are, like, podcast, like, make sense for the podcast. AJ, stop. We already talked about Star Trek VR. I don't know. I don't think there's really anything else to... I feel like this is, like, really dragging on at the end here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, that was the Windows 10 Disruption podcast.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, have you heard of the game Kathy Rain?
No, what is it?
Didn't you bring it up to me the other day?
Probably, and I forgot.
Oh my god. Well, never mind then.
No, tell me now. I want to know.
No, they were asking for, like, about it. So we can't give them our opinion about it if we don't know it. Don't look it up.
I'm looking it up. Oh, yeah. This is what I wanted to play.
All day with this shit. We're
Kathy
going now.
Rain,
Bye.
a detective is born.
Bye.
No,
I'm cutting
no.
you off.
What is it?